How's she going right there, eh? It's Denny here from Denny Loves You Outdoors. Back up the campsite. I guess this would be an update on the outdoor kitchen. As you can see, I had a buddy come up a couple of days ago, and he shingled the roof for me with architectural shingles. And I got my weather vane up there that my wife and my kids got me for Father's Day this year. So everything turned out pretty good, looks good. So he did that building, and over here, just this here is my little shack that we stay in while we're up here. And like I mentioned in a video in the past, over here, this is where my mill's gonna go. And I have a little building set up that my mill head will slide into, roll right into that spot where those two doors are. So he shingled that roof while he was here. Yeah, it turned out good. I like the way the roof looks over the kitchen. I know some people's mentioned before that I should have went with metal, and I was going to, but then right after COVID, everything kind of price-wise went kind of crazy, so I didn't bother. I thought, you know what, and like I mentioned before, that's what I have on my house. You know, they're 35 year shingles, and I thought if it's good enough for my house, I'm sure it's good enough for this kitchen, and then eventually the cabin. So we also have some black drip edge all the way around. Before he came up, I also finished the trim work, I guess, or the soffits. Try not to get in the sun here. Yeah, so I have some cedar soffit boards and a little diamond up there. I got that idea from the Bearded Carpenter when he did his. I thought that would look really good, so I incorporated it with this one. And like I was saying before, this is all like a trial error or trial for before when I build my cabin. Also, this is what I was doing today. I just wrapped up. I built the deck in the front. So I moved those stairs out this way. Those stairs are just kind of temporary. I got that idea from My Self-Reliance. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that. If anybody has some suggestions what I should do, put it in the comments. I'm not really sure exactly what I'm going to do there. It seems to work all right with those, but if anybody has any ideas, you can let me know. So the deck is cedar. It's probably about 4 feet, and how I did that is I just basically have 6x6 and 7x7 crib work all the way around, blocked up. I was going at the very bottom one, I was going to burn it, the whole thing, but I didn't have my torch with me, and I was thinking, you know what, I'll just do it for now. And it is on blocks. You can barely see it, but there's a block right there, and the very top part that's framed up with 2x5 inch spruce, with the stringers running, floor joists running that way. I had to do it this way. It was kind of weird because I wanted the floorboards to continue from the shed straight out, so if we wanted to sweep it, you can just sweep this whole thing. I was going to sand all these boards, but I didn't sand the ones on the floor. The ones on the floor are spruce, and they're actually pretty smooth from when they were drying. I'm not sure if the cedar will do that. Later on, if I want to, I can sand them, but I'm figuring from us walking on this, it's going to wear right out and soften up. There's a lot of sand in this area. Yeah, so I just have that one board to put on, and over here, this is kind of a mess, but there's the outdoor kitchen that I've been talking about for quite some time. There is my rocket stove. So basically, there's a piece of channel. This is just there's a piece of channel, so the air will come in here. You put your wood, and you just keep jamming your little sticks of wood. And at the very back of this, there's a 90 with a plate welded, so that the flames will come right up through here. So if you have a pot of coffee or some boiling water you want to boil in a hurry, I got that idea from Rough Cut Homestead. His channel used to be called Worm Getter, and they call that a Bayou Boiler. I don't know if they're from Louisiana or they're down south. Anyhow, I got that idea for him. I tried it out at the house, but I haven't tried it here, so I gotta play around with the clearances around the logs a little bit, cut some more of that opening. I was going to put some steel legs to hold this up. Now I just temporarily have some 2x4s kind of holding it up, and I kind of actually don't mind that idea. I may put a couple of posts like that and frame it in so that I can put some shelves underneath. My plan is I want to block certain parts of it off, and so I can store some firewood, and if I want to store some pots or pans or something like that, give me some more storage. And I have some fire brick that I'm going to lay on the bottom, because I'm going to put a couple more of these grates over here so that you can have a pretty good sized fire, and so you can barbecue on this end. You can have a smaller fire on this rocket stove, and then right in here I have a crane set up so that if you want to hook a pot or any kind of like a cast iron thing on top of this fire, I can do that also. And the deal is here is, and I mentioned that before, is down in here I'm going to try to incorporate, I want to put a firebox and rig it up so I can have a wood burning fire in the bottom part, and then if I want to cook something in the stove, I can do that. And then I also have a big slab of maple, so I'm going to put a maple countertop, and right in these spots in here I'm going to have a couple 2x4s recessed in there so I can set that countertop on there to give a little bit of some workspace. This big round thingy, I think I gotta zoom. Yeah, so that big round, eventually I'm going to mount that up in here so you can hang pots and pans and all that kind of stuff onto this. Now that I have this set up, once I have it anchored, I have some black paint, trim clad paint, that I'm going to paint this whole thing to make it look a little bit better, dress it up. Yeah, so yeah, that's what's going on. Got some solar lights set up inside. Just finally starting to get back at doing this kind of stuff. My back is getting a little bit better. I've had some issues, and I've been working through that. It's been a long, slow process, taking forever to figure all this out. Yeah, it's nice now. The wind's picking up a little. It was 30 degrees here today, 30 Celsius, so that's, I think, 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is brutal for us. It's hot. yeah, so that's it for now. So if you could like, share, subscribe, comment, give me some ideas on stairs if anybody has a good idea. Thanks for watching. That's the end there, eh?